What's up, guys? Welcome to the first ever Couyons Podcast, hosted by yours truly, Austin Ingram and Gavin Painter.
What's up, y'all?
What's up? It's the first time we're ever doing this, so we're kind of getting used to it right now, figuring out how we want it to be.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, doing a podcast isn't something like I've ever seen myself doing, but it is what it is.
I've always wanted to do a podcast.
No.
I grew up on watching a bunch of Joe Rogan and what's those guys, the Misfits?
The Misfits is the only one I've done, really listened to. Like, I haven't had any,
Hey guys, it's Swagger Souls.
No, I liked, what's his name? Zuckles, the crackhead of the group, just going crazy.
I don't think I remember him.
Oh, dude, Zuckles was insane.
Dude, I mean, I've watched some Joe Rogan. Bro, I've probably watched about, I don't know, probably over 200 episodes of Joe Rogan.
Oh, no, dear God. I've only watched, 4 episodes of the Misfits podcast, dude. No, podcasts are
I watched so many, bro. Theo Von. I love Theo Von so much, dude.
I've maybe watched, 1 or 2 of Impulsive, but that was just, with a sideman or somebody interesting.
I watched a few of Impulsive. I think I watched the Andrew Tate one. Andrew Tate didn't go on Impulsive.
He went on Nelk.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. I watched that one yesterday. I had it on the TV, actually.
Fair enough. I'm just happy.
I don't really like Logan Paul. I think he's fake.
I don't know. He's funny. That's his crew that's around him is very funny.
I think I associated Andrew Tate with Logan Paul because they were talking about it yesterday on the podcast I watched. They were Andrew Tate was basically saying how Logan Paul is a fake celebrity and stuff, and he's a little chicken.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, the sport he does is fake, WWE, but I mean...
That's horrible.
Oh, we're already getting controversial on here, but it is what it is.
Freaking 5 minutes in.
Everybody's just going to be like, the WWE is
talking about
real.
Andrew Tate, WWE.
We're going to get slammed. This is why we love the Couyons Podcast.
So what other podcasts have you watched?
Dear God. Maybe 1 or 2 of Nelk. That would be it.
I love the Nelk Boys. They're fire.
Yeah. I don't know. I like the spontaneous stuff because you know me.
There's a podcast called Theories of the Third Kind that I really like. It's pretty much all conspiracy theories. I love that podcast.
I've seen them on TikTok, but that's it. I haven't listened to them at all.
I think podcasts are so different now from what they used to be. It used to be little motivational podcasts or something. Of you walking in the park and the whole podcast is remember, believe in yourself, stay strong, and or podcasts about cooking or something. It's some weird stuff. New generation podcasts are so different from 10 years ago.
Yeah, now it's let me tell you about the time that I went to freaking Africa and killed a lion and snorted coke off of its leg.
Jesus.
Hey, am I wrong?
I mean, yeah, they got some crazy stuff people are talking about now in podcasts. Well, basically, I think with this first episode, I think we kind of wanted to do a Q&A.
Yeah.
We basically just posted on our Snapchat stories hey, slide up with some questions. We're going to do a Q&A as our first episode.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of hit the nail, I feel on, why did we start the podcast? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, not really.
Not really.
We just talk about our inspirations.
Yeah.
So, why did you want to do this, Gavin?
Well, you know me. I'm taking a gap semester. I need something to fill in my time. And I don't know. I've spoken in front of large crowds before. I mean, I'm a youth pastor. I've spoken in front of my grandpa's congregation at church or whatever. So I don't know. I felt like this was, something new. Might as well try it out, invest a little bit in it, and who knows?
Yeah. So, I always thought about starting a podcast, but I never took the initiative. And recently, I had some people that were like, "Hey, dude, you really should start a podcast." And from there, it was just like, dude, you're right. I have to do this. So it's just a goal that I ended up pursuing, I guess, after some time. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I think my gain is way too high because not my gain, my noise gate, because it keeps cutting me off when I talk.
Yeah, I keep on hearing that too. I don't know what yours is at. Oh, yeah. Wait. I don't know. No, we're on the same thing. I think we're...
Well, I think it's good enough. I mean, you can hear what I'm saying for the most part.
Yeah, we're chilling. Sorry, y'all. Technical issues.
Yeah.
It is
All right,
what
Gav.
it is.
So how do you want to do this? Do you want me to ask you your questions and...
Yeah, that's fine. Let's do it.
Vice versa. All right.
Let's do it.
All right, so Gav, what's the most spontaneous thing you've ever done?
Anyway.
Keep it family friendly. Family friendly. Remember?
Yeah, I know. But no, so it was probably last year with Nick and Noah. Literally out of nowhere, like, was just, hey, here's some from whatever you call it, free tickets to Bastion, which is like a conference or whatever.
Oh, you're talking about in Georgia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the night before, I went to Atlanta. I drove from Lafayette 3 hours north to Monroe and celebrated like New Year's or whatever over there. Went out with a bunch of friends and we just had a good time. But we stayed out until, dear God, I think 2:30, and I woke up at 7 to drive 7 hours to Atlanta. So I was running on 5 hours of sleep and just said, you know what, let's do it, and drove 7 hours to Atlanta. We had a great time. I'm not gonna lie.
Big driver guy.
Oh, dude. I mean, my trips to Dallas, Houston, Beaumont.
Out the blue, this dude will just say, hey, man, I'm going to freaking Tennessee for the weekend. Like,
I mean,
what?
hey, it's a good time. It always is. I mean, live like Larry,
I'm so the opposite, too.
I know. You are a homebody. I have to adventure.
I love home.
I mean,
I want to adventure. That's like all I ever want to do, but it's like I feel like I can't right now with the burdens I have.
Fair enough. I'm just like, I really don't have a care in the world right now, and I'm just like, why not?
One day.
One day
I'm going to go to Switzerland and Japan and New Zealand and Australia, Iceland.
Right now, I'm chilling with like abandoned buildings and, going to that.
I love that.
Yeah. And then, I mean, I've traveled a lot. So, like, whenever I was 16, I went to Spain. And
that was so cool, dude.
I know. That was, I will never stop bragging about that.
I remember Hayden talking about that a lot.
Yeah. I mean, Hayden was there with us, but, I mean, we had...
side question.
What's up?
Top 3 places you want to go in your lifetime.
So, let me think about this. I really want to go to, like, Greece, but personally, like, I'm thinking Greece is more like I would want to take, like, my wife there kind of thing,
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's more of, like, honeymoon spot. But I want to go back to Alaska. Alaska was by far like the most gorgeous place I've ever been. I want to go back there. And I don't know. I think I want to go to like Brazil. I ain't gonna lie, just to like experience the life over there, just the South American culture.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm vibing with him.
Sure.
But
I don't even know if I have all the answers for what I would choose, but I think definitely would be Japan and Iceland are on there for sure.
yeah,
Like Iceland is so beautiful. They have like fjords,
yeah,
just melted icebergs and glaciers and stuff, dude. It's beautiful. Japanese culture is like one of the coolest in my opinion. Like I would
yeah.
want to go there in like the summer to see all like the sakura trees and stuff
While they're
over the
blooming.
lake. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that would be so beautiful. And then lastly, I don't know. Like I think it might be New Zealand.
Fair enough.
I have a friend, Kiani,
Yeah,
from New Zealand.
I've heard you talk about him. Is that like the 6'8" basketball player?
He's
Yeah.
tall, dude.
Yeah.
He might be listening to this. I
Oh,
don't know
yeah.
if he knows, but anyways, he was telling me how in New Zealand they have a lot of like super crazy big caves on the beaches, like 150 feet tall caves, with like black sand beaches instead of sand.
Oh, yeah. I've seen like pictures of the black sand
That's
beaches.
just insane to me.
Yeah. They look dope. I ain't gonna lie to
No,
you.
it's like from the volcanoes. It's super cool.
Yeah. But, all right. Let me catch you with your question now.
All right, bet.
What you looking forward to most this year, boss?
Oh, all right. I'm definitely looking forward to, I guess, a lot of self-improvement and also just the summertime. I'm so ready for school to end already.
Fair enough.
It's kicking me in the butt.
Work is kicking me in the butt, and you know that.
Yeah.
But no, I couldn't like be in the chemical engineering field and what you're in right now. That would mentally put a strain on me.
It's tough. But I'm looking for a lot of like self-improvement. I've been going to the gym a lot recently. Started to notice a little bit of change, so that's probably number one this year. I'm looking forward to spending time back home with my family when I get the chance. It's been hard to go back home, but I kind of want to go back home and hang out with my family. So
Yeah. I mean, personally, that helps like my mental health. Like ever since I started going back to like Lafayette and going back to church with my family, like that's helped out a lot. Then also, I mean, personal growth, doing the rings, that's been helping me out too. Like I don't know, just getting back into that healthy lifestyle and working out again, it changes not only physically but mentally.
are rings considered calisthenics?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That and CrossFit people do it too. Like,
Gavin's in the calisthenics, guys.
oh yeah, we're getting there. I am by no means.
He's a
even-
pro. He's
no,
a pro.
I am
Don't
not.
listen to
Dear
him. He's a pro.
God, dear God, dude, I almost busted my behind trying to do a handstand.
This dude was doing a handstand. Nah, you held it though.
Not with my legs straight up. With my legs bent, yeah. I
Bro,
mean,
you got me tripping if you think I can go do a handstand on some rings. That's crazy.
I'm gonna get there.
That's insane, dude.
It is what it is. I mean, we'll get there. We'll get there.
This
We're
next
improving.
question, dude. All right. So Gavin,
Yep.
when you were, scoping out girls,
Mm-hmm.
what you going for? Personality or looks?
Okay. My answer to this
Or
is
just in general?
in general. So I have to say personally, you got to look at them, and if they don't look good, you're not gonna go up to them. It's the truth. I mean, most of the time, like if somebody does not look good, you're not gonna approach them. I'm sorry, but also your character does influence your look as well. If you could be a 10 out of 10 in the face and have like, I don't know, like trashy clothes on. You couldn't be, I don't know,
Definitely.
not have completely messy hair when you're supposed to be
Ooh.
dressed nice.
But would that fall under personality or looks? Because that's their
That
style. So.
Yeah, but that would also fall under personality, but it's a little bit of both because like
I
if
agree.
you're lazy and don't put like an effort into yourself and invest in yourself, that says a lot about you, which is like something my parents drilled into me, dude.
100%.
Cuz like I don't know, anywhere I go, like, well, I can't say anywhere, but like if I'm going out, I'm gonna wear nice clothes. I'm gonna brush my hair.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and look A1
You just
because
want to
that's
present yourself as best as possible.
exactly. And if somebody isn't doing that personally, I don't think I could vibe with them. But
Yeah, that's how I've always felt too.
I mean, eventually, but okay, let's say this. They look good and you start, talking to them and I don't know, they might be crazy,
Yep.
You never know. They'll start telling you like only talking about specific topics that just trigger you or set you off and you're just sitting there trying to be nice and smile and you're like, yeah,
Yep.
I'm a head out, but
It's tough out here for our ugly guys and gals because, dude, I mean, they could have killer personalities, but like you said, you might not go up to them just out
exactly.
of human nature.
Yeah.
That's a sexual characteristic.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
genetic as well.
But I don't know. I mean,
It's literally sexual selection.
it is, but if I can't vibe with someone's personality, their looks mean nothing to me anyway. So
Yeah. My dad always said it's on the scale. It's like you go too far down the scale. Like imagine a
yeah,
quadrant where it's like, well, a top right of the quadrant where it's like 10 and 10 each way, X
Yeah.
and Y. It's like if you're a 10 in personality and you're a 10 in looks, then you're crazy.
yeah,
I
yeah,
lied.
yeah.
No. I said that wrong. I
It
killed
was like
that.
the looks
I
to
killed that.
crazy scale.
Yeah, no, never. Sorry. So it's a slope. So basically, if you're getting too hot, then you're crazy.
Yeah,
No, I wish I had a 10 on both. Holy crap. Crazy. No, but like you can only have one or the other and you want
Yeah.
like something in the middle because maybe the girl with the best personality in the world is like a 0 on the scale and you don't
Yeah.
want a 0 on the scale.
you want someone you like show out with and vibe with on a personal level.
Definitely. That's why I think like a 5, 6, 7
Yeah,
on the balance scale is pretty nice.
yeah.
That's probably the best bet. That's a wifey right there.
Oh, 100%.
That's a wifey.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's also like interesting for me because like everybody in this area drinks or smokes or does something along those lines and I don't know. I don't do that and people just seem baffled by, me not like doing that,
Yeah.
Because in South Louisiana, that's like such a big thing in our culture. I don't know why, but it is.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
noticed that a lot too.
Oh yeah,
It's everywhere. I mean,
100%.
you have people even in Lafayette, dude, that go to the bar every single night. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's a lot different where we're at, but
I
like
mean, dude, yeah, because Cowboys is closed like Monday,
exactly.
Tuesday, Wednesday, but they would be there.
OB's is open
I
though.
don't know, but Obi's is kind of lame. Like if it's not on the weekend.
Yeah,
Do you
I
remember
don't
that
know.
one time we went to Obi's? It was like there
Dead.
was a bunch of old people playing bingo, bro,
Yeah,
or something like that. It
I
was
don't know.
weird. Nah, but what I'm talking about is the girls that need to go out every
Yeah.
single night. It's
That
just
is
like,
very
it's
unattractive.
a little too much. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna name drop, but there's a lot of people that we know in
Yeah,
Lafayette
there
that
is.
live at the Bulldog or they live at Marley's and
Yeah.
just like or Nighttown, and they're just like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, you cannot do that and go to school at the same time.
Yeah.
It's a little absurd. I mean,
Just-
unless you're going for like some stupid major, but I don't know.
Psychology.
I can't say nothing, Gavin. First off,
Oh,
people
man.
might watch this that
Well,
have that major.
the only reason I'm
Two,
saying that
you have all three of like the dumbest majors.
exactly. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, leave me be. Let me just sit here in peace. Let's go on your question.
It's like if I talk about business, he's like, "Hey, I'm in business." Or if I talk about,
you can talk about whatever.
If I talk
okay?
about psych, you're like, dude, I was literally just a psych major.
Yeah, bro. Like, chill out with that, bro. I was just a psych major. Anyway.
If I talk about management,
Okay.
Oof.
Just because I'm about to be a manager at Canes.
oof.
Oof. Yeah. You definitely hit that right. But anyway. All right. Let's get on to
All
this.
I
next
think
one.
it's your question now.
No, we just did. Yeah, I'm asking
you asked me.
Yeah. So, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Dude, I see myself on a boat in Hawaii.
Valid. Just
Nah,
staring
with a
off
wifey.
at the sunset
With a wifey.
with a Speedo on.
Yeah. I'm on the tip of the boat. My
Just-
speedo, with my arms out. And my girl holding me like the Titanic.
It feels like I'm flying.
It's like I'm flying, Rose.
Rose, man, shy. It's like I'm flying.
Man,
Dude,
Rose. You seen that video? It's like, man, Rose, I'm on the B-roll.
there's one, and it's like,
We gauging, y'all.
yeah, it's like poo poo. Like the
What?
guy's name is Poo Poo, like Poo Poo
Poo-Poo
Menard
Broussard.
or Poo Poo Broussard,
Poo-Poo
and the
Broussard.
woman's like, Poo Poo, it's like I'm flying.
It's like I'm flying, Rose.
Oh, dude, no.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh man, shy, it's really crazy,
Oh, shy.
dude. I had some boiled crawfish the other day. It's so busted.
5 years, I see myself eating a bunch of boiled crawfish.
5 years, you'll have me serving you boiled crawfish.
No, legitimately, I think I'm probably going to be stuck at some plant somewhere,
Yeah.
just trying to get some experience.
Fair enough.
That's what I want to do. As soon as I get out of school, I'm just going to be stuck in a plant, getting some experience. Then Lord knows what I do after that. I could go into literally anything, and I have not thought that far. And I'm trying to, but it's just even farther down the line. Ideally, I think I would want to work in like a nutrition plant that manufactures some type of like
Yeah.
nutritional supplement or something like that. So nutrition, or maybe like a clean plastics plant. I
Yeah.
do not want to work in oil and gas. I don't
Fair
think.
enough. Yeah, that's like all that's over here right now. Actually, though, one of the biggest growing industries right now is whatever you call it, energy drinks. Like that
Yeah.
is one of the biggest growing industries right now. So if like you could somehow work in like a plant that's, I don't know, doing like nutritional energy, you know, that could possibly be a thing.
Yeah, dude, my friend told me about this app like yesterday. It's
Yeah.
called Yuka.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like a big energy drink guy, but he wants to stay as like healthy as possible and make sure there's like no at like minimum like almost nothing that is harmful to his body.
Yeah.
The app's called Yuka, and basically like it tells you all the chemicals and the chemical information of what's in soda drinks. And he like scanned Monsters and he scanned like Celsius, and dude, Monster came up with like probably 3 or 4 things that was bad, like harmful chemicals, like maybe some suspected carcinogens, like cancer causing, some other stuff that just really isn't good for you.
And I'd be drinking their coffee
I know
religiously.
Monsters have benzoic acid, which is not good.
Their coffee though is bussin'.
The way you said that, you like said it in the microphone, like ASMR. The coffee was buzzing. My mic just cut out.
Unequivocally bussin'.
It's buzzing.
Anyway.
No, but Celsius is like probably the cleanest energy drink out now.
Fair enough.
It's like super clean. There's nothing in that thing. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, that's wild.
And I'm starting to be a little more conscientious about all that stuff too.
I mean, I don't know. I'll stick with my at-home coffee and my Monster Energy coffee, but
Yeah. You could just go to Colombia and rob the Colombians of their coffee.
yeah, I could.
They probably shoot
Just
you.
get all the monkeys in Colombia to go poop out coffee beans for me.
What
and
the hell? What are you talking about, bro?
No, that's what, like, okay, so the monkeys,
Coffee beans.
yeah, the monkeys go and they eat the coffee beans and they poop them out, and they all actually use those coffee beans as the monkeys poop them out.
Shut up.
No.
Ain't no way.
Yes way. My dad worked at Community Coffee and told me
Bruh,
about like some of the
You
processes.
telling me when we drink coffee from
Not
Colombia,
all of them, not
it's
all of them,
shit?
but some of them.
It's literally shit coffee?
Maybe.
No way, dude. That's disgusting.
You never know.
And you would literally never know
Exactly.
because no one pays attention to that.
But it's still like, I don't know, it's healthy coffee though. That's what like everybody says, it's healthy coffee. So hey,
Dude, I don't know. Does the caffeine not get like the caffeine just gets passed through? Like
I don't know.
I don't know that much about.
Me neither. I just remember my dad telling me that whenever I was like really young.
I would imagine that like caffeine just you pee it out.
Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
I'm sure you absorb some of it and then you just pee the rest of it out. I don't know.
I couldn't tell you.
What, dude? Them monkeys are hyped up, bro.
That I don't know why, but
Them
that just
monkeys
reminds
are
me.
going crazy, bro.
That just
Oh,
reminds
yeah.
me of like the bear that died from doing cocaine or whatever. Like
Cocaine bear.
the movie coming out. Oh my gosh! But no, there was a bear that went into cardiac arrest from doing however many pounds of coke or whatever, and I just saw a comment on it, and it was like there was probably like a solid 5 minutes where this dude was the most apex predator on earth.
Nothing can stop cocaine
Exactly.
bear. Nothing can stop cocaine bear at
Nothing.
all.
Never. Anyway. Oh man.
All right, Gav. This is a little emotional question. Do you think that there are different types of love in a relationship?
Oh, 100%. Because people fall for each other at like different times.
What do you mean by different types of love when you wrote that question?
Love languages as well.
Oh, okay.
Because
that's interesting.
I mean, some people have physical touch, some people have quality time. Like my dad.
What are the other three? There's 5, right?
Yeah, so there's
Physical touch, quality time, gift giving.
Yeah, gift giving / receiving.
Okay.
Physical touch, quality time, gift giving / receiving, acts of service, and did we say words of affirmation?
Nope.
Yeah, words of affirmation.
Yeah. So what do you think yours are?
Mine are physical touch and words of affirmation, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, my dad.
I'm gonna cut you off real quick. I'm gonna say probably mine are like I think mine's quality time, physical touch, and definitely words of affirmation.
Yeah.
That's probably the number one.
Yeah, I mean, to me, like, quality time is important and all, but, like, I'm also a person that needs time to myself. Like, I don't know. I could vibe with me, you know?
Yeah.
But
I think my thing is that, like, I need that affirmation. It doesn't have to be verbal. It could also be like physical or through times.
Yeah.
So if I'm needing to know that you love me or something, right? You can either tell me or you could show me,
Yeah.
or,
I don't know. Like,
or I can get the vibe from hanging out with you
you see,
in a
like,
sense.
I've only been in one relationship, so I really don't be trusting these people anymore. So I just be vibing. Uh, but anyway, I really just think like people have different love languages, and in order to stick in a relationship, you need to understand that person's love language. Um, which is why I feel like so many relationships are starting to fail nowadays and marriages because they lose sight of each other's love language and they just do it for themselves, and it's so like, let's just get into this,
You
you
think
know.
that's why?
I mean, they
Because of love
don't.
languages?
Yes. I mean, look at it. If you don't, uh, if you're just focusing on your own love language, it's not going to work. So, and if you don't understand the other person's love language, it won't work. The reason my dad and my mom have been together for so long is because they understand each other's love languages. And same thing with your parents, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Like my mom knows that my dad's love language is his physical touch, and my dad knows that my mom's love language is acts of service. So my mom will give my dad a hug every time he comes home, and my dad will do chores for my mom.
Yeah, nice. I don't
But
know. I mean, I definitely think understanding someone's love language is extremely important in the longevity of relationships. However, I don't think people thought about love languages like we do now today. Like in our generation, we're like, oh, what's your love language out of the 5? Where it's like, those weren't really, that wasn't a thing 50 years ago.
well, the difference between like 50 years ago and now is the marriages had to be like tightly bonded and strong. And the culture, like in those days, like no matter what happened, no matter who cheated on who or who did what, you stayed in the marriage even
Mm-hmm.
though it was unhealthy for you. And people just don't respect their partners like that nowadays, and
Yeah.
people don't I mean, okay, like
I'm
if you
going to,
cheat, I don't expect you to stay with a person. Like, no, don't do that.
yeah.
Leave if a person cheats on you, please. Don't put yourself through that emotional
I'm going
trauma.
to disagree with you on the reasoning
I feel
of
like they had to be stronger though. Like back
stronger.
then, like relationships, they were forced to stay together back then,
Exactly.
and
That's
the
what I was
love,
starting to say.
yeah,
I think it's based on belief systems,
yeah.
not love languages. Obviously, love languages are important for love,
Well,
of course.
nowadays it's based, I believe, more on love languages because you have more time to sit down and
Yeah.
think. And we live in, I feel like personally, a better time than now or than back then.
Yeah. I agree. I think we are in a better time. And I do think we have more freedoms now in a sense. Well, in some ways we have less freedoms, but back then you were, like you said, you were forced to stay together. Like in some countries, like you didn't even get to choose who you married,
Yeah,
and yet they still stay together.
yeah.
So, and even in America, man, like 50 years ago, the divorce rates were insanely low
Low. Yeah,
compared to what they are now. It's crazy. And I think that's because of belief systems. One used to be frowned upon if you were, if you would get in divorce. That's like horrible. That's like
yeah.
last resort type of things. And I think it's people nowadays just have fragile belief systems, and it's very rare that you find people nowadays that have belief systems that they hold on to, strong moralities and such.
Yeah.
And that's like really important for me. And I'm very I don't know what you'd call it, future sighted, in the sense where that's kind of all I look forward to. I want to have the perfect life, and I think that's why people back then stayed together, because that ideal like white picket fence life. It's like that's what I want. So,
which I feel like we all strive, or not strive, but we all want that, but not many people like strive for that. Many people want that,
100%.
A1 relationship that, oh, I will die for this person because this person will die for me, but nobody wants to do anything about
Exactly. You want to say that you'll take the bullet,
Mhm.
but
When it
will
comes
you
down
actually
to
take
it.
the bullet?
When the gun is pointed at your head.
Yeah, you
But-
gonna coward out. That's just like snitches, bro. That's like a very similar analogy. Like,
Yeah.
look at Gunna, dude. I lost so much respect for that man, dude. I don't care. Personally, if I was in the position that him and 6ix9ine were in, every single time I would snitch. I don't care, because I'm not a gangster, bro.
Yeah.
I'd never claim to be that. So I'm snitching 100%. That is crazy. But you look at Gunna, dude. He talks so much crap on 6ix9ine.
Yep.
I mean, bro, literally mentioned 6ix9ine in a few of his songs, like talking about how he's a rat and stuff. Then dude did the exact same thing 6ix9ine did as soon as he got the opportunity in court. He's like, "Oh, bro, that's everybody else. That ain't me." Like, just to avoid the jail time. I don't blame him, because I do the same thing. But it's just like,
When you claim to live a lifestyle, live up to it.
don't fake your character.
Yeah.
Yeah, do not fake your character. Like, that's more disgusting than if you would have just said you weren't a gangster. That's crazy to me.
Actions speak louder than words.
Yeah. It was just a very similar situation. It's like,
Yeah.
People not living up to certain things that they say.
Pretty much. But
That's just a big problem in our culture.
oh dear God, yeah. But let's get on to this next question. Austin, who or what is your biggest enemy?
Myself.
Tell me about it.
I don't know, bro. I mean, I guess I'd have to say myself. I don't really have too many, like, people wanting to kill me right now, so.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I would probably say the same thing, but like, there's certain times where I do, struggle with a little bit of the depression, but
I don't think I have any enemies truly, so
I don't.
I would
either.
have to say myself by default, because
Yeah.
no one else is out for my head, so
Yeah, nobody else is out for mine, but
it's definitely myself.
um,
It's tough out here, but I'm chilling. I'm totally happy. I think sometimes you need that inner voice kind of beating you up, because
yeah,
that's, in some ways that allows for change.
yeah, it does. I mean, probably for me, like, whenever I started working out again, that's what like shut it up for a little bit, and now it's just like, hey, you suck at doing rings, so you need to get good at that,
And that's exactly why you feel like you want to do better.
Exactly.
Is because that voice. That's kind of how it is for me right now. It's not like in a bad way. It's more like I don't know. It's like when you're a kid and your dad tells you something and you take it hurtful, but they're just trying to help you.
It's
in that
like
situation.
Internal peer pressure.
Exactly. I mean, yeah, that's kind of it. It's just a motivator.
Yeah.
It's things that you don't want to hear, but you need.
Need to, yeah.
So that's the type of thing it is. But that's all I would say, because I don't really have anybody out for my head.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So, Gavin, tell me about the most humbling experience you've ever had.
I haven't thought much into, the most humbling experience I've ever had. I don't know.
You have a few?
Maybe. I mean, most of them are like, uh, I think I know it all moments, and it just levels me down a notch.
Yeah, and then I talk to you, and you're just like, oh.
Yeah.
Just drop a bombshell of facts.
Exactly. So, like, I don't know. Probably, my most recent was at Cane's, actually. I was, like, managing people around or whatever, and my manager, like, pulls me aside and is like, yo, dog, I know you're excited, but I run this shift. Don't. Just stop. And I kind of looked at her and I was like, okay,
What?
I'm sorry. What?
Like, what?
Yeah,
What'd
pretty
you say
much.
to me?
No, dear God, no. I would have been.
You're fired.
Yeah, exactly.
Who's the manager now? Who's your boss?
Yeah, no, I did get fussed at today though for wearing joggers instead of jeans, but it is what it is. Oh my gosh,
you're a manager, dude. You should know these things.
Well, no, because at the start of
Bro's still wearing joggers to work.
No, at the start of January we could
but they switched it up.
Yeah.
That's
and exactly. We had managers wearing joggers too. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway.
So do you have any other like examples of humbling experiences?
Probably, dear God, working with my grandpa. Dear God in heaven, did that make me want to stay?
Tell me something, bro. Tell me one of your humbling experiences where grandpa just put you in your place.
Fixing a tractor plow is probably the most miserable thing I could have done. There was that. Then there was also planting over 100 shrubs in 100-degree weather that are now dead, as a matter of fact, that we have to replant because some people went on his property and cut them all.
So is it like humbling because you're like, oh my gosh, this is what my grandpa does for a living? Like
pretty
he
much.
Does this
I mean, he really
something.
can't do it anymore because of his age.
Yeah,
but
that's what he did.
Yeah.
And that's why it humbles you because you're like, dang, he's done this for years. So
yeah, exactly.
I'm out here one day and I'm beat.
I mean, yeah, but like I also see how it like kept him in shape and how he's like able to do all this stuff nowadays with his age. Yeah. But I mean, I had my fun moments too, though. Cutting bait was definitely humbling, dude. I smell horrible. Whenever you're cutting dead fish and all those guts get on you, it is like, no.
That's nasty.
Yeah, it was.
That's nasty.
I got over a stomach virus and started cutting fish, and I just
dude, no. Oh
it was
my
rough.
Gosh.
But anyway, all right, let's get into a little bit of a deeper question for you here, bud. So, what would you prefer? So, like, friendship turn into a relationship, or like start a relationship and form a friendship in that relationship?
Personally, I don't know why that's a question, man. I don't know. Like, if you go from relationship to friendship, that's heartbreak.
No. Like, you start in a relationship and you build a friendship, like, in that relationship. Or would you rather
like
have
what you're
that
starting off with?
Yeah.
I got
and
you.
I
was thinking friendship is like friend zone, like friend zone to in your bag.
Or like you have that like lifelong friend that you just end up falling for, you know?
I would definitely say friendship that turns into relationship still.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think I don't know.
It goes both ways. Personally, like, It could, but
in a relationship, you're going to be good friends anyways, so I don't understand why you wouldn't want to be friends at the start of it.
Well, yeah, but, like, it's just the difference of, like, whenever you're with friends, you have that friendship behind you, you have the past, you kind of know them a little bit more. Like, if you're just jumping into a relationship with somebody, there's, like, a period in time where you grow. This is a new person. This is, a little bit of, I don't know what she's like or what he's like, so on and so forth.
I see what you mean. It's like discovering more about them while you're dating them, other than figuring it out then dating.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel like becoming friends and knowing a little bit about them first is more ideal, personally, for me. So friendship before a relationship, for sure.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, I don't know. For me, if I I have female friends that I'm really close with them, and dear God, I could never see myself in a relationship with them, nor do I want to be in a relationship with them. But that's why I'm like 50-50 about this, because if I would end up getting in a relationship with them, I know that it would never be like, I don't know, boring, because we had that friendship. But
that's exactly why I would say friendship first. So.
Yeah, but also whenever you start a new relationship with somebody, I don't know, I just think of the more, it's new, and I am a social person, so I'm going to be like, I want to know every single detail about this person.
Yeah.
I really want to
saying you crave that, like, new feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm more like, I like the settled feeling and knowing what I'm getting into rather than not knowing.
Yeah, me too, but like also at the same time, I want to develop something
I've
with
definitely
somebody.
been on both sides of that, for sure. And I much preferred the time I was friends with the girl before dating her than not knowing her.
Fair enough. You have more relationship experience than I do, so you go for it, bud.
I don't know how much I want to talk about that. But
Fair enough.
But, yeah. In one of my relationships, we didn't even... First of all, we weren't really friends before. Then we weren't even really friends while we were dating, so it was kind of weird.
Yeah. I mean, fair enough. No.
But another relationship, we were like best friends, and they were like friends the whole time we were dating, and that was pretty good.
I mean, with me and my ex, we built that friendship, but it just like, I don't know, it went downhill.
It just depends, man. It depends on the situation. I don't really like go into situations thinking of that question. I just let it ride.
Personally, same.
I let it float, let it coast, and see how it's gonna take me. Let's just let the wind guide my way, I guess. And go
Fair
with the
enough.
wind.
Fair enough.
All right. So let's see. What has been some of the best advice you've been ever given? Sorry, mic cut out.
By your cousin. The two things that our mom told us not to put our tongues in.
Oh my God. Shout out Isaac Ingram.
Oh my God.
He's going to be listening to this.
Oh yeah.
Dying.
Batteries and buttholes, Isaac. Batteries and buttholes. But no.
You missed the punch. The punchline.
I did.
I mean, like, not the punch, the follow-up or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I did say the two things our mothers told us not to stick our tongues in.
I did not hear that.
Oh, I said it.
It's all good. I think I was too busy screaming, Isaac Ingram.
Yeah. Oh man, but no. On a real note, probably either my dad or my grandpa. I remember just I've had a lot of like sit down talks with my dad, and I couldn't say that it was advice. It was more of him just being there for me, and him being like, look, I know you're going through a lot right now, but I just want you to know that I love you, son, and I'm here for you. That's more of not necessarily advice, but something that I took to the heart and something that I want to give to my kids eventually, So Definitely. That's something that like I want to give to my kids and like let my kids know that they are loved by me.
I would definitely say something my dad told me too is probably the best advice.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Me
but
neither.
There's
Like,
many situations where my dad's told me something and it just like stuck with me for the rest of my life. Or, it's in the back of my head.
yeah.
But I can't really think of anything. A Juice WRLD song, Robbery, you know that.
Yeah.
She told me from my heart.
Hard.
Okay,
In
that.
the back.
So he has a line in that song. One thing my dad told me was never let your woman know when you're insecure. And that song, when I listen to it, it's like, dang, that's such good advice. Like, well, I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe you should be.
Not at the
more
start.
open.
Not at
No,
the start.
that's what I'm meaning. And at the start, you cannot show
No.
that you're fragile or that you're insecure because that will kill it.
Oh, 100%.
And I've encountered situations like that in both sides where I was insecure before or someone else was insecure and it turned me off. So that's like advice I think about all the time. Is like you got to be confident when you're starting stuff out. So
Yeah. But last but certainly not least, craziest experience that has ever happened to you.
we might need to draw this out a little bit longer. I don't know.
We'll see. I don't know. It's 9:06 right now, but
What time do we start?
that's a great question.
We should have looked at that.
Well, I think we started at like past 7:45 for sure because my
Really?
alarm.
You think
Yeah.
we're over an hour?
Maybe not over an hour. I'd say
I thought
for
we were
sure like
40
close to it.
minutes. Anyways, what were you saying?
So, craziest like experience that you've been a part of.
Oh, dude. Oh, I got some good ones. First, we kind of talked about this earlier. I was thinking of things I wanted to mention. I forgot what the other thing was, but probably the most crazy experience is at church camp when I was probably a sophomore or junior in high school. Went to Rev camp at UO.
Yep.
Dude. So basically, speaking in tongues. So I don't think I've ever spoke in tongues in the traditional way that you would think of it.
Yep.
Because a lot of people, when they speak in tongues, you can't understand it. It's gibberish, right?
Yep.
But I think the true biblical, like, Holy Spirit gift of speaking in tongues, it's in another language that someone on earth can understand.
Yeah.
I think that's legit. I
Oh,
also
100%.
think that some people could fake it in church to try to fit in or something.
Yep.
I feel like I've seen that before.
Oh, definitely. There's been a lot of people who've done that just to try and,
Yeah.
they just make up some jibber jabber, and I feel like that scares people away.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. 100%. But I would say, I remember Rev Camp, I was like insanely touched by the Holy Spirit. The whole week was like worshiping, and I was speaking Japanese, and I kid you not, like Japanese phrases would just come out of my mouth almost like I was making them up, but how could I make up something I did not know?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't watch like any anime at the time, so I didn't know any Japanese, so it was crazy. The things I was saying in Japanese, I would remember it. I would say it over and over in my head after it came out of my mouth, right?
Yeah.
So I would like write it down and like on like a notepad or something and go back to the apartment or the dorms or whatever, put it into Google Translate like what I said.
Yeah.
Bruh, it was crazy. It was just like I love you, like you were my son, or like my son died for you or something.
Yeah.
Some crazy stuff, bro. I was like, how in the world? And basically, some people thought I was crazy for that.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
also my brother. My brother had the exact same thing.
I remember that.
Do you see the video?
No.
There's a video of my brother like thinking of something, and then he puts it on his phone, and it's like Jesus loves you. It's insane. But Cole's like, what he was like speaking. He was speaking Ukrainian. which is crazy.
Which I think that might have, like, I think Ukrainian is just Russian. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I don't know. I don't know. It could be, but I think it's just, it's their own language because Google Translate said Ukrainian.
Possibly, I'm not sure.
What did you mention to me earlier? Whenever I was like,
Toledo Bend, aliens.
Oh yeah, those two words go so well together.
I know.
Or 3 words, but okay. So I have a camp. My family has a camp in Toledo Bend, which is on the Texas-Louisiana line, kind of North Louisiana. It's basically woods up there, giant lake, Toledo Bend Reservoir Lake. So we used to always go over there like for multiple weeks out the summer. And I don't remember exactly when it was. First off, I will say my dad, he was kind of in the same area in Toledo Bend when he was a child. And he said that in the sky, he saw a star that was moving at crazy angles, like super fast. Like meteors and stuff follow a curved or more or less like linear pathway. You know, they don't turn at 90-degree angles fast as hell. But my dad said when he was young, he was looking at the sky and he saw a star zigzagging. Insane, dude. He was like, that's whenever I considered aliens actually being real, when I saw that. And dude, there's like, you know, do you know about light pollution?
No. Oh, well, yeah. I'm
I
sorry.
feel like we're
I'm
like
sorry.
officially podcasters now. I was like, do you know about this?
Yeah.
No, bro, tell me about that.
Well, no, I like the darker it is, the more stars you can see. The lighter it is, the less.
So
stars.
like, you know that from Alaska.
Yeah.
Or even Gaydon, for example.
Oh, dude.
But like Alaska, you can barely see the stars in Gaydon with the amount of mosquitoes then covering the sky. But in Alaska, dude, I'm sure they had some.
It was insane. Stars. Well, I lied. We were there during the summer, so it doesn't. The sun.
What about, you can see Aurora Borealis, right? In Alaska during the winter.
During the winter, yeah, but we were there during the summer.
I know that from Brother Bear.
And
Best
the Northern
of all
Lights.
Time.
Yeah.
Insane. Anyways, my story about aliens in Toledo Bend. So that's kind of just what my dad saw when he was a child. Basically, me and one of my best friends, Grant, I'm gonna have him on the podcast one day. But me and Grant were talking about this. Eventually, we were able to go to Toledo Bend together. He came and slept at my camp, and me and Grant, we're talking about girls like outside on the trailer, like looking at the sky and stuff. Bro, the sky was beautiful. That kind of sounds a little gay, but
it is what it is.
It's just the boys. We're just talking,
sitting 5 feet apart because we're not gay.
Yo. So, anyways, we're just talking about girls and stuff, and me and Grant, the stars is like crazy. It's like we don't see that in Lafayette. It was like it was almost like you could see like the Milky Way or something. It was weird, dude. We saw, like, I had this iPhone app where it like shows you the stars, and we're like, bro, that's Mars, or that's the Andromeda galaxy, or like Saturn or Jupiter and stuff. So anyways, we're just like messing around on our phone, and me and Grant look up in the sky, bro, and we see like 3 white lights that are just like spinning, dude. Just like kind of flashing, and then it goes away, and Grant looks at me, he's like, dude, you saw that, bro? You saw that? And I'm like, oh my gosh, bro, let's go back inside. That's crazy.
The sky is falling. The sky is falling.
Yeah, dude, it was really on some Chicken Little stuff for real. And then we got the video of my other friend Stanton. He was like, I think it was like on a spam account a long time ago, but there's a video of him like I don't know, he's videoing the sky, and there's like a bunch of weird lights. We're like, bruh, ain't no way. That's aliens, bruh.
I mean,
100%.
Fair enough.
I don't know. So I think that's the gist of my visual alien experiences. Do you have any?
I mean, some of them, that would be a time for another podcast. We are kind of running.
Yeah,
it
we're
a little.
deep in it now.
We are very deep in it. I feel like we need to kind of, run it down. And
this was just supposed to be a Q&A, no conspiracy. We're going to have our conspiracy podcast for sure.
Oh, yeah, 100%. But, at this time, I think it's time to wind down. We'll get into more story times, conspiracies, what we believe, don't believe, so on and so forth another day.
100%.
But yeah, no, I'm down to wrap it up.
Thank y'all for listening to the
100%.
first ever episode of the Couyons Podcast.
Yeah. Anyway, thank y'all.
Keep on listening.